Alright, today we're going to be talking about doing acoustical treatment for the recording studio. So this is one of the main things you're going to need. Roxul. I'm using R22 here. You can get different thicknesses, and so we'll show you that a little bit. Second thing that you're going to need is a bat of burlap. I bought 35 yards, and you can see I still got a ton of it. And I did the whole studio. I would say half or less than that, depending on what you're going to do. This is what I'm using for the corners of the studio, and so that is the face. There's Roxul inside, and then the burlaps on the outside. There is 1x4 pieces of wood right here, and then you got to miter the edges, and you make a triangle here. I didn't have a video camera when I made this studio. Just use a staple gun to put staples in it on the back side that you don't see. And then I put these little eye hooks in, wired it all up, and then it's got a central wire. And then what you can do is pull this through another eye hook and then tighten it right up. Here's one here in the corner. I put that up all the corners of the studio, and that really helps. So the main problem you're going to have in your recording studio is your corners. They're the worst thing. Now this is something I designed myself. What this is a what's called a door skin. It's a 1/8 inch thick piece of plywood, and what you can do is it's very bendable. Okay, and I've just bent it into every corner, and it does an amazing job of getting rid of that terrible corner sound. Above the studio here, I've got a surround sound studio. You see my center speaker there? Above the center speaker, I've just put a piece of rock wool wrapped in the burlap, just because it looks better. And the nice thing about rock wool is it's not itchy like insulation. And I've just put a header all the way across. I've got the two corners. You can see the two corner pieces in there. There's another corner piece there. And that's what I've done. Now on the sides here, so you should have a space behind. That's the first thing. Everybody shows you to make them all the same size. I think that's wrong. I think that the very first one there is the thinnest. Then we go a little thicker. And then you can see here, look at the difference. So this one's got one piece of rock wool. And then this back one, I've actually put two pieces together and used a glue. You have to talk to the hardware store to see what kind of glue will work. And then I've glued them together and then wrapped them. But there is a space, a dead air space behind here. So along my finger is like 3 inches, and it creates a dead air space behind. And so I just took a whole bunch of people that were doing a bunch of things and did it. And then up above, I've got the foam all up there. I've got everything mounted. You can see what I did so that when I remove this stuff, you're not going to see anything. You see how I've gone right into the corner? So it's not into the wood. It's not into the ceiling. I mean, it is into the ceiling, but it's right into that corner there. And so when I remove that, you're not going to see anything. So that's the secret to making this, so you can remove it all. When I watched all the videos, and there was a video, I believe it was in Dutch, and I could not understand what they were saying, but they were talking about the 3 different kind of things you can do. This is absorption. So you have things that'll absorb. I've got a window on this side. So what I did is I balanced it with a picture on this side with glass. I still have some flat walls. You don't need to do everything. You just want to basically majorly get the corners. You see I've got the plywood in every corner, and then I've got the absorption in front, and then in the corners I've got the base traps. So that's all purchased stuff. This is just purchased foam, but it's all compressed, and then you open up the packages and it pops out. So I'm using a mixture of stuff. That's stuff you can buy. I just figured out things to do. That's been mounted on a piece of plywood, just sits there, so when I move, I can take that with me. The other thing they talked about was reflection. And so these are things that I made myself. I read a university dissertation on bamboo, and bamboo has the golden ratio built right into it. It's natural. And so I built these. These are my own custom design I ordered. Bamboo's very expensive, so this is something you might want to do last. And then I've built these for the sides. And every piece of bamboo is a different size, and that gives me the reflection. I didn't do a lot of that. I just felt that, you know, with this room, the sound's going to go through, and then it's going to be scattered by that. Go to the back wall and then come back. Okay, so those are things I've built. On the door, I've got this. So I've got a little bit of absorption here. And then this is just a hanger. People hang stuff on the door. And then I just use some glue. Again, you got to find out what kind of glue. You can see it's kind of coming apart there a little bit as I rub up against it, but it's still holding very well. And then the last thing that I did, my own invention as well, and it's so amazing, when I put this thing behind me, all I did was bend. There is no certain angle. All I did was bend this, so it was kind of a natural angle. And then you can see I made a template here, and then I've just screwed it on. I made another one, totally different shape over here, and I did the same kind of thing there. It can all be stained and finished. I never got to that stage. Just put this stuff in. I gotta admit, when I first did this, I didn't really believe in it, and this room is absolutely, sounds incredible now. You can just hear that my voice isn't bouncing all over the place. Oh, one more thing that I've done, this is my own invention as well, is I took, this is like a mounting board, like for mounting wrenches and things like that. Well, I made that. And then behind that, this is a piece of rubber. This is like what you use for like pouring cement and things like that. And I've mounted that behind. And then it sits at a 45-degree angle, and I use it for storage. And it's another little thing that I've invented just to help deaden the room. And it really works. So this room is quite fantastic. I'm very happy with it. I didn't have a video camera when I made all this stuff, so fortunately I can't show you me making it all. At least I can give you a little bit of a walkthrough. So hopefully that helps.